Welcome to Patty for Liberty. Today I want to make a quickie video that I'm going to call Loose Liberty and Dirty Keto, and I'm going to explain what that means and why I want to talk about it. So this morning I was really thinking about some of the things I see as issues in the Libertarian Party and what I think we need to be doing. And this is what came to my mind. I am a libertarian and I also follow the ketogenic diet. And the two are not really related, but I'm going to explain why I'm comparing the two. When I started doing the ketogenic diet, what I found was the keto police would go behind me on every single post and say, that's not keto. You can't eat carrots. You can't eat beans. And I was like, hey, I'm making improvements in my life. I don't do it perfectly, but I'm trying. And what are you doing? You're being the keto police. And I find that this is the same experience I see in the Libertarian Party and with libertarianism. And we are the liberty police. You're not doing it right. That's not how a real libertarian sees it. And we have so much division in the Libertarian Party, in the libertarian movement, and it seems to be an all or nothing. And I don't want to get into the infighting that's been going on in the party since I joined, but I do want to talk about idealism and the perfectionism in our messaging and our marketing and how we talk to people. I have so many friends, and a lot of them are not libertarians. A lot of them are Trump supporters or Bernie supporters. I have a versatile group of friends, and they all seem to like me because I'm reasonable. I can have a conversation, and that's why I want to see us getting back to common sense liberty and a little less extremism and perfectionism in the party. So that's why I'm making today's video called Loose Liberty and Dirty Keto, because I think that there's a balance. Yes, we are the party of principles. We need to be principled in our messaging. We don't want to completely water us down so we're not even talking about liberty or libertarianism anymore. But if we're trying to be perfectionist and not accepting people where they're at, this party is not going to grow. And it's one of the things I feel passionate about that I've talked about in other videos. I think we have so much potential with the Libertarian Party, especially with the poor messaging that the other two parties have been putting out for the last, 8-10 years. I think we have an opportunity to excel if we can start communicating our message better and being a little bit more reasonable and flexible with who we let in, instead of trying to control the growth of the Libertarian Party by saying, we don't want you in our party because you're too Republican for us, or we don't want you in our party because you're too woke and progressive for us. We have to be a little bit more reasonable. If people are seeking liberty, or if they're interested in libertarianism, we need to draw them in. You become more and more libertarian as you surround yourself with other libertarians and other libertarian-minded people. And the perfectionist and the idealistic expectations we have from people, I want to see that change. And I want to be the voice of that movement within the party. I am an independent thinker. I'm a nice person. My goal is to help grow the party over the next couple of years, and hopefully run for an at-large position in the National Party in 2024 if I can, if my business and life allows that. So that was what I really wanted to talk about today, and I wanted to really see if there's any libertarians or libertarian-ish people, or people who are sort of interested in the Libertarian Party who feel the same way as me, that wants to see a small, efficient government, but also a little bit more common sense in our political party, not just the Libertarian Party, but all the political parties. I think people are craving common sense leadership, people who can have a conversation with someone who has an opposing viewpoint, and reasonable changes. One of the things I think that people see is that we need to make these extreme changes in government or we're not making any headway. And the small incremental changes, the shrinking of government isn't going to be done in one fell swoop. We're going to have to dismantle it a little at a time. Just like if you were cleaning up a disaster of a house with all kinds of hoarding and crap and mice crawling through it, you can't always just bulldoze the whole thing down. You have to clean it, organize it, get rid of stuff, and start purging. And I'd like to be the voice of purging government, making it smaller, even if we have to do it in bite-sized pieces. Logical approaches to libertarianism instead of saying things like, I don't want libertarians to think that I disagree on our goals, our end goals, like ending the Fed and abolishing the FBI and getting rid of the income tax. Those are all things I support, but I also support doing things in a common sense way and being approachable to people outside of the Libertarian Party, because we can have a conversation with them and act like a normal human being instead of being so idealistic and legalistic almost inside of our party. I want to embrace and encourage new growth in our party from people from all walks of life and not just the ones that closely align with us. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Let me know what you think about my logic. Do you think we can get there taking a common sense, small bite-sized approach, or do you think that's what we're doing wrong, that we need to keep being more bold and radical in our messaging? Leave me a comment, let me know what you think, and I would also really, really appreciate if any libertarians or friends of mine would subscribe to my channel. My goal is to get better at making content, make better content that reaches people, and grow this channel so that I can reach more people for liberty. So I really appreciate your support and your few minutes of your time watching me today. I will try to get another better video out next week.